noticed that I was getting home later and later and feeling so guilty that my daughter was at school, probably the longest of all the kids, because I was the first one there. And then it started getting to be I was one of the last people to pick up some days. I didn't really know what to do. I felt really overwhelmed and stuck. I had a really strong inner critic that was telling myself that I wasn't there for my family and I wasn't, saving enough energy for when I got home and when my husband got home from his job. And so we would just kind of both come home and have a little bit of time with our daughter and crash. So it was just definitely a lot of either just me kind of berating myself for feeling like I wasn't there, or just feeling like there wasn't anything, that like I was never finished, that there was nothing that I could check off and say I was done. I loved how going through, it was like, all right, just take this little thing, pick something to start focusing on, give it a chance to grow, give it a chance just to see if it works. And if it doesn't, it's okay. There's a couple other things you can try, and then move on to something else. And that, like, taking baby steps was really big for me because, honestly, I was at a breaking point. Me and my daughter would get her ready for bed, and then she would snuggle up next to me, and I would just pop some headphones in, and while she had already gone to sleep, would just be listening to that until he came home. I found the pockets of time, and then I picked up skills from the different modules and added them in gradually, both for me and for my kids, and that was a really positive experience for me. The other big thing that was happening in my classroom that was really big was the responsibility of my students, especially just with the amount of bodies I had in my classroom this year. Dismissal was just like insane. And getting us all out of the door was crazy. So having some of those dismissal practices that you talked about, having songs when we were getting our stuff packed up, my kids loved that. And my room was cleaner than it had been. My kids had their stuff together. When you leave your day not feeling defeated and you feel like you've really accomplished things, then all of that time that I was worried about, with going back home after everything and being with my daughter and being with my husband, it was just so much less stressful, just because I already felt like I did what I needed to do, and now I can transition here. I think that my husband could tell the attitude that I was bringing in, that it wasn't, that I wasn't coming in just like, but I was coming with a straight posture and just excited to spend time. So I know that he could tell just that when my mood is up, you naturally just have a lot more energy to give. So, it's really changed a lot for me. And I think the investment is worth it. And my sanity is worth that. So I definitely would say if anybody's on the fence, it can help it's not something where you have to completely change everything to be successful, but it gives you tools that you can add bit by bit, step by step along the way. So it's really manageable and ultimately has a really good reward.